Hello there, it is Wednesday. It's Wednesday morning. It is the 18th of May, so hello. Regular readers of the newsletter may know, so I've got two people behind the camera giggling away at each other here. Hello, you okay? Regular readers of the newsletter will know that I'm actually at my mum and dad's at the moment because I'm having building work done. And this is the project bag I've taken to mum and dad's. It's amazing what you think you're going to get done in a couple of weeks. So I thought I would simply take you through what I'm making and why I'm making it. This is going to be a bit untidy when I pull some things out of here, so I apologise, but I'm guessing most of you have got bags like this at home. Now this is the first thing, which I am desperately trying to finish, which is done in Debbie Bliss Rialto 4-ply. See, I told you it would all get tangled up. This is based on the shell stitch from the Spice of Life. If you look, this will actually be for, I don't know why I'm whispering, but I don't want them to know it's going to be for my cousin's baby. But I've tried to do it in sort of vintage colours because that's the thing they like. So I've put some grey in there, lilac, pink and blue, and then with the ivory alongside it. It's the first time I've used the Rialto 4-ply. Those of you that know me will know that Baby Cashmerino is one of my favourite yarns, and this is really similar. It is obviously a different tension, but it's really beautiful. And I'm loving working with it. I'm doing it on a 4mm hook because I crochet really tight. But I think on the ball band, I'm not sure I've got one, oh yes I have, recommends that you do it on a 3.25, but I always do go up a little bit because my crochet just becomes too rigid. But it's a really beautiful, I've not found a single knot, and it just feels so beautiful, so I hope you like it. I was really good as well initially, if you look, sewed all my ends in, and then it's all gone a bit to pot as I've carried on, so I'll have to finish them off. So that's the thing I'm spending most of my time on, because the baby was born 2 weeks ago, so I do need to get cracking. I started something that I've been promising Scarlett that I will start for ages, which, if I can find it, is in the Lolly, which is a Conway and Bliss yarn, particularly aimed at children. And sod's law, I haven't actually got the pattern in here. But this is the start of it. You knit it sideways. So that's the start of the sleeve, and it is, your rib is one colour, then the red, then the main body goes to blue, and then to red. Scarlett, my eldest, really likes bright colours, so I think she'll love that. So that is, say, something that started on Saturday night. I'm trying to intersperse my crochet and knitting because I keep getting RSI in my hands. So I'm trying to do some different crafts at the moment. So that's that one. This was just a ball of something nice that I took home, which I like with those beads, but I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that yet. But obviously I've got all this time because I'm at my mum and dad's for about 2 weeks. I'm going to knit all this and work and do everything else as well. But I really like those beads with that, so at some point you might see a hitchhiker in that. I also started some long stitch. I haven't done long stitch for ages, but I love this range. And I'm having building work done. I'm going to have a new lounge, dinery, kitchen type thing. And it's going to be in pale grey. And I just thought those, I've seen them at Stitches, the big trade show I went to, where they had 4 of them framed in one big frame. And it looked really beautiful. And I do like the idea, if you make things, of having them out on display for people to see. And I also think, sometimes people have an idea that if you make something, it's a bit naff and it's a bit oldie and it's not very... And I don't agree with that. I think you can have some beautiful stuff in your house that looks really trendy and really nice. So that was what I started. I did, stupidly, and I should know better, buy the wrong size R&R frame, which is sort of working but is making life a bit difficult. So really I should have checked my measurements and bought the smaller R&R frame that fits it properly. If you don't do it on the frame, then you're going to mess your tension up. But I've not done one for ages and I'm really enjoying it, and it grows really quickly, so I'm hoping to have that finished quite soon. Now, what else is in here? Ooh, there's a bit of secret dark chocolate smash. There is! Look! It was actually an Aldi dark chocolate bunny. The kids don't know I've got it. But it's been there since Easter, so I'm not eating too much of it. Don't laugh, you, I bet you've got things like that in yours. Now, this is a start of a blanket, which I really like. I've just got a bit bored of doing granny squares all the time, hence why I started that one to have a bit of a break. This is done in Special DK. I don't really have a destination in mind for it yet, but I just liked the colours. I'm intending on making quite a big blanket because it I mean, it's got to go such a long way. If you see, that's how much I've got left. Probably, I don't know, about 3/4 of a ball already. So I'm thinking that's going to be a sort of double spread size blanket. But yeah, I just got a little bit bored. I'm doing join as you go, which I do like. I did always think there was a way, and you may well tell me that there is, of joining each square continuously, but when I spoke to Sue Pinner, the quite famous crochet designer, she didn't think there was. So there you go, that's not just me. And then finally, this isn't something I've started, this is what I'm going to do, is my two favourite fellas. Anna and Carlos, their Scandinavian knitting style. You may remember we had them with us a couple of months ago now, and we did the 5 Wise Virgins wrist warmers, which are those there. There's a really, really, really nice jumper, if I can find it in here, which is white and green, which I have fallen in love with. Promise you it's in here somewhere, there you go. And I relatively recently did a continental knitting course which taught me two-handed ferrule, which is amazing, and that's on my to-do list for the winter. It does look like a lot of work though, so I haven't dared take the yarn home for it yet. And that's me. That's everything I've got on the needles and sewing needles and so on at the moment. Thank you.